Hey, fellow Riblets, sorry I'm a little late. I apologize. How are you guys doing today? So, not sure if anybody's actually on here or not. It's not showing on the comments. That's okay. I was running a little I was running a little late and didn't realize what the time was, so I ran and checked something while I'm talking. Uh, if anybody did come on. I noticed a lot of people came on Saturday, and I do apologize again for not being able to do the live. Just it was just a lot of stuff going on, and so I'm trying to actually see if there's anybody on the YouTube version because it's not showing up on my saying waiting for me. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, I'm here now. Let me see if you're on the. Hey, Jill. Good seeing you again. Here we are. Yeah, here I am. Thank you guys for coming. I guess there's a little confusion with everything. So hey Graham, how you doing? How you feeling, Graham? Now you can't see or hear me. Mm, okay, good. There we go. I'm gonna put the light on me. It's kind of hot here. I kind of wish I was back in Boston. Well, I hope I hope you get better soon, though, Graham. I really do. So as always, I will put into the chats a link if you want to come on and say hello. I won't be able to do the full 4 hours, so just so you know. Yeah, I know. There's see if there's a way you can. Let me see if I can. Are they still over there? Okay, I just told them that I'm in a different spot, so hopefully the ones that are left over, because obviously some of you guys found me. Okay, and I just said to them I'm in a different spot, so. Um, because I think I have it open on the thing. I know, I know. You know what happened was I still had it open from what happened the other day, and I just got, like it was just, like both me and Lewis just were, like just meeting new people and everything like that. It was like pretty exciting, and the time just ran out, to be able to sneak in that live, and there's so much overage and all that stuff, and so I basically was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to do the live on Monday, like always, and just tell everybody. But I never closed it out, and I had to redo because of everything going on. So I guess I still never closed it out, and I had this one open as well. So this was the one I was using for my lives. Yes, you made it on time, Alexis. How you doing? And Danny, it was great meeting you. It was great meeting Jill. Um, so many of you were just wonderful. Yes, the other one is Fake Thomas. That is that is not me. Yeah, it was good meeting you too, Danny. Um, Now, Terry Sue, did you post to move me, or did you post it to just move to another spot? I don't know. Maybe not, Rick. Maybe Fake Thomas wouldn't ban you. Maybe he'd find you to be fun. We don't know. He's fake. Yes, it looks like, wow, 17 people. I can't believe it. Yeah. Um, I'm in my room slash office, Bacon Baby. I don't know where you're at. So I met the real Carrie, Rick, and the real Adam, and the real Jill. I met Jill and Danny in Boston, Danny in Boss. So Danny, when you found out about the Boston trip, were you pretty excited? Because I mean, obviously you didn't have to really get a hotel or anything like that, and travel probably wasn't that bad. So all you had to do was worry about the trip, right? That was pretty cool. Like if they opened one right here in Asbury Park or something like that, I'd be like, wow, okay, this is cool. Hey, meathead. Hey, long time no see, Kurt. That's cool. I don't know if I booked in April or not. Yeah, I guess I did. Like start getting the ball rolling around April. So, mm, just trying to read the chats here. Um, when every once in a while, put in if anybody wants to come and join me. Again, you guys are always welcome. Well, it was a good time. If anybody else wants to come on here that went on the trip, with me, and tell a little bit about it as well. But there's a lot of people there. Carrie Mann, there was Dr. Nelson, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, Dr. Boz, Professor Seyfried, something Susan Stone, I think her name is. I really don't know too much about her. Of course, Chris Brandlin, the carnivore lawyer, he was there. And so many other people. Jill was there. Danny was there. Excuse me, people. I didn't mean to do that. Just met so many people. Met a guy. Actually has his own channel. You guys should check it out. It's Carnivore Dad Bod, and he's pretty. He's a little bit older, probably in his 60s, and he I guess I haven't really watched the video yet, but it looks like he does like workouts and everything like that through Carnivore. So Diane, thank you, Danny, Diane Ladd, and was there somebody else I'm missing? Oh, Alia, of course, and of course I met Lewis for the first time, and he was very nice, and his wife is wonderful. Hey Papa Carnivore, how you doing? And it's just okay. All right, yeah, I met him actually, Rick. He was the guy that's sitting across from me when we were eating. So yeah. Oh, thank Jill. What would I do without you? Amy Perrin. Sorry, Amy. Yeah, he said he's going to start doing them again. When, I don't know, but he said he's going to start doing them again. I guess he's realizing he needs to. Really? Okay. That's pretty interesting. I got 2 new hats, actually, Kooky. I actually have this one and this one. And this one actually Carrie gave me. So I wear it with pride. And and the other one I just thought I liked it. And so now I have 3 hats. So you're not going to no longer see just the American flag hat. You're going to see all 3, but not at the same time. I only have one head, so yeah. Well, the other is this one, the classic prime rib hat. So, oh hey Tanya, how you doing? As long as you made it here, it doesn't matter what phone you're on, right? Yeah, Dan, you weren't supposed to tell Rick that we were talking about him. Oh, D Lee, how you doing? I did. I had a very good time. I had very, very good time. An extremely good time. So, um, I think I'm still like kind of like, whoa, I'll be honest with you. I haven't eaten that much in one sitting in a long time. Like I eat a lot, but I usually like, you know, not like I think I had like 3 meals worth in the one sitting. So I was very, very pleased. Um, yeah, I mean, compared to others, it was. I mean, the conversations were longer than I expected them to be, but you know, The rock and roll quacks, okay. A meat mission, Tanya. Your husband never saw Weird Al's Fat song? Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Papa might have a point there, Rick. Yes. I okay. Well, I guess better late than never, right? Terry Sue? The Bandit. Okay. Hmm. I did. I hold on a second. Okay. I got this one. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Okay. And then I got this one. Meet My Food. So yeah, I got those two, and actually, Jill, one of them, Jill was gracious enough to get me. So thank you, Jill, for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was saying to Jill. I think it was Jill. I was saying to Jill, can you imagine wearing that shirt right at the doctor's office while eating while chomping on a stick of butter or having a thing of butter balls? You go inside the office for your doctor's appointment. Do you think your doctor would freak out? Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Needed to do something. Oh well, no. I thought I said it to also Jill Lewis. I know I said it to you too. So, Lexi, how you doing today? Okay, Lewis, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I won't be able to actually do my live for the 4 hours today. So, um, Probably it would end by like about quarter to one, probably at the latest. That's pretty cool, Rick. Or yeah, do like what's the thing? They wear a bacon suit. Thank you, Juliet. I appreciate that. You can join anytime, Lexi. Do you need me to put the link here for you? Never apologize for wanting to be here. Okay. Take your time there, Lexi. I'm good. You're good. We're all good. Pretty soon you'll be able to say hello to everybody. Well, Rick, you still need to have your like cat be your, have Milton be your co-host basically, or yours. Ah, and my favorite person. Hey, Lexi, how you doing?
Good. I mean, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh, I went out to breakfast with my mom yesterday and I had like this mustard vinaigrette on on my salad and I woke up this morning so sore. Like my entire body just hurt. Oh my goodness.
yeah, yeah. A lot of
So
times
I
the
think it
punishment
was a
doesn't come until
mustard.
later on. So yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And like yesterday my headphone broke, so I'm wearing my giant friggin' headphones today. But yeah, otherwise doing good.
That's good.
Um, I'm very excited for our interview on Wednesday.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm very glad to hear that.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
I tried. So like, I think I emailed you too. I was like, oh my gosh,
you,
I'm so nervous. Like, I don't
you
know how
did,
to
and I
tell my
emailed you
story.
back. I thought you got my email, right? Did I return back to you?
No,
Oh yeah, no,
I don't think
I
I have.
replied. I was about 3 hours
Okay,
late, but I replied.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't checked my email yet, but yeah, so I was so nervous. I decided to try to record myself telling my story, not to post it or anything, but like, just to
Like a test
practice
run.
because yeah, I've never told my full story before, not even to my therapist. So I just, I wanted to practice, and I talked for like 20 minutes, and I didn't even get through the full story. Like I got 20 minutes in and I was so exhausted. I was like, I can't talk anymore. Oh my gosh. And I think part of that is because like I've been up since 4:30 a.m. and I had that mustard vinaigrette, so I think I was just tired, but that was a lot of talking. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Yeah, I mean
Mhm.
it's crazy. It's just the whole situation. It's just I still get nervous. I just
Mm. Mhm.
like it's like, but I kind of like just now I kind of think of it as like just being a bull in a china shop. Like okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go and whatever happens happens, and
Mhm.
um, because you just don't know. You know,
Mhm.
it's but like that's like in the email I mentioned to you that like whatever it takes to help you. And if you find you want to wait, that's fine. Like I understand completely.
Mhm. I
And
want to do it.
yeah, well, I even made the suggestion if there was somebody that you might feel comfortable doing it with, not not with, but somebody to be with you while you're doing it, that would be another option too. Like a friend, or something like that, like somebody that you work with, to be like, can you just be with me? Like maybe not on the screen, but just like be next to me while I'm talking. Sometimes like
Mhm.
because I think I would have done much better with all this if my mom was still alive. You know,
Yeah.
and she was here, and I know she is here with me. So I think that's where I get my strength from. I get it from knowing that. And sometimes we just need to have that little bit of like encouragement, that little bit of, you know. But that's why I'm like making it where it's like, kind of goes with everybody. I'm letting you to have the premises, not because I want you to be the only one in control, but at the same time, I want you to not feel pressured. You know,
Yeah.
and because this is a pretty big deal. It's a big deal for me.
Mhm.
Schizophrenia is not a small thing, and there probably aren't. I mean, Peter's actually right about that. There's probably not many stories about it. You know,
There
but,
aren't.
yeah. But at the same time, you're new. This is like you haven't been doing this for years, so we have to be. We have to be understanding. With your needs and stuff like that. So. So like I said, like whatever you need, I'll do my best to give to you, and
Thank you.
you're welcome, and everything. And I can't believe it's going to be this Wednesday.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Time, time flies by pretty quickly, Now,
Yeah.
I'm actually working Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So I probably won't do my 11 a.m. live just so I can get some sleep
Yes,
afterwards. But,
please.
um, you know, but because I can't control when they actually put me on the schedule. So,
Mhm.
because they
Okay.
don't they don't care about me doing these things. It's like like
Yeah.
I can hardly get them to accommodate the 16 hours a week. So I see
Mm.
Lash joined us, which is pretty cool. Now you're on YouTube, right? So do you see some of the chats?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can actually see them on the like website that I'm
Oh,
doing
with
this through.
me? Oh, okay.
Yep, I can see them on the left.
Yeah, Papa Carnivore's here. So,
Hi, Papa Carnivore.
and Lewis said he's going to be joining us shortly. He had to just get home. And I was actually lucky enough to actually meet Lewis um, for the first time.
Mhm. Nice.
Yeah, so I do suggest that if you haven't been to a meetup, to go to at least one. The only problem is though you do enjoy it, that you're like, okay, I definitely need to go to the next one. So
Hmm.
you know, which
Maybe in another year.
yes, yeah, yeah. I mean, you do what you. I mean, it took me 6 months to go to them, so.
Yeah.
And that's only because, and I probably would have waited over a year too, maybe even 2 years. But Lewis goes to me one day. He's like, he chats, on Healing Humanity. He chats with me. He goes, "Are you interested in going to Boston?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know." Like the first thing that pops in my head is, how am I going to get there? Even if I bought the
Yeah.
ticket, how would I get there? And then he offered to pay for the ticket, and I just had to get the money for the rest. And my sister graciously helped me with a lot of it, and um, so I got the hotel fare and all that stuff, and had a great. His wife was wonderful, Michelle, and it was just a really good time. And then I got there, and so I met him on Friday to get to the hotel, and then on Saturday I met Carrie, I met Adam, I met Dr. Nelson, Dr. Kiltz, Jill. I met Danny in Boston. Um, I met Lisa Wiedemann, which is kind of ironic because she's actually my neighbor. She actually lives in Jersey too.
No
And
way.
yeah, and matter of fact, her office used to be in Neptune, which is like one town over from me. It's where my doctor's office is.
Wow.
And but she moved it since then. I think she moved it to Egg Harbor or something like that. And then I think, oh, I never saw Dr. Boz or Professor Seafried, but I saw them up there.
Hmm.
Oh, and Amy Perrin.
Were you nervous?
Well, I didn't really go up or anything like that, so all I had to do was just sit in the chair. But Kerry actually called on me a little for like 2 seconds. He called my name. So no, I mean I didn't die. I'm
Yeah.
okay. You know, uh, it's like he asked me, he goes, would you be, wanting to talk a little bit, not on stage, but just, and I said, well, what, like I don't know what you'd want me to say, So
Mhm.
I'm still, because I'm still at that stage, I guess, and I probably will be for the rest of my life where I just can't see why people feel that I'm that important. I mean, the whole reason why I have the channel isn't really because of me. I have this channel because of people like you to let other people tell their story. That's what I want to do. And I know I have a story. I just don't see it being that spectacular. But I guess people do
Mhm.
find it. Because for the longest time, like, what people don't realize is like when I first had it all happening to me, no one wanted to hear it. Everybody around me were like, okay, Tom, that's good, and they wouldn't let me tell my story, and or at least talk about it. I mean, it just took like recently that my sister and my family actually wanted to even see my foot. Like they totally try to avoid it, and it was pretty disgusting too. So I don't blame them, but it just, I think this whole thing is opening up like avenues for me, and I think it's good for all of us. I think the community is really good for all of us and
Oh
everything.
yeah,
So. So, I mean, I'm
for
doing what
sure.
I can. I mean, I might have to change some things around depending on my lifestyle and stuff like that. And like what's the old saying? All good things sometimes do have to come to an end. And so I might not be able to do lives every day or something like that. But I'm gonna keep on going as much as I can and do what I can. You know, and
Yeah.
like to seize the opportunity. Carpe diem. You know.
Yeah, I think you're doing great. Like I
Thank you.
love your channel. I
Oh,
love your lives.
thank you. I appreciate that. I
Mhm.
mean, but I think my lives wouldn't be what they are if they weren't for the people like you and people that come on here and and conversate, because I think it's the conversations, because
Yeah.
I listen to myself talking by myself, and I don't see where people are appealed by that. It's just
I
like
totally feel that. Oh my goodness.
it's like I
Mhm.
gotta be the like, please come on here. I'm boring. I'm
You're
boring
not boring.
myself. Thank you.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy listening to your story. It is really cool when people come on the live though, and it's like a conversation.
Yeah.
That's really fun. But yeah, I think you do great in your lives when it's just you.
Well, I
Like
think that, like
it's
I could do maybe for half an hour. Maybe I could stretch it for an hour. Could I do a 5 hour live like Rick does all by himself? No. Like that's Rick's a beast. So
yeah.
you know, either that or it's Milton the whole time, and like Rick's just a puppet and Milton's doing all the you know. But
I wonder. I wonder if someday. I have no idea. I'm just going by God's plan for me, and like just
take it one day at a
like
time.
going one day at a time. But I'm wondering if someday I'll do a live. I'm not sure. I
You
feel like
might.
I talk a lot, but like I don't know. I'd be so nervous.
Well, I
And like
think I think for right now, I think that you would be better off just taking it slow. Take it one step at a
yes.
time. In my case, one step at a time, one day at a time, however you want to do it. And if you feel comfortable doing interviews and stuff like that, do mine, because it's a lot more laxed. Maybe come
Mhm.
on like the panels like you're doing right now, and just get your face out there, and slowly get your story out there somewhat, and then check somebody out, study them, make sure that they are somebody that you'd want to interview with. Um, I started out with I emailed Dave Mack, and because he was doing something with somebody else. I forget where he was, but he was being interviewed by somebody, and I I forget where it was or whatever. But I emailed him, told my story, and he's like, "Yeah, come on. I definitely want you on there." And but like, and when I went on, I was pretty nervous, but everybody's like, "Oh, Dave Mack's really good. He's really nice," Um,
Mhm.
so many people have been interviewed by him, and they're like, "Just be yourself. He will direct you exactly what he wants you to do, and he's probably going to just let you talk, just like I'm doing with you." And
Mhm.
um, but he has a lot more knowledge than I do, so there's a little bit of a difference there. Like, like I'm not going to lie, I don't know anything about 60, so you're going to be teaching me quite a bit. I
Mhm.
only know what I've been told.
Mhm.
Um, and that goes with everything. I have 42 comments that I that I haven't.
Somebody asked how old I am. I'm 28.
Okay. See,
Mhm.
I'm so far behind. I did not realize that Booby Goats is was even here. Hello, Aaron. How you doing? So
Yeah.
I'm going to eventually need a moderator to help me out with these things. You know.
Mhm. Oh my gosh, I don't know if Papa Carnivore wants me to share this, but he's been trying to help me get on different podcasts, which I so appreciate. Oh my gosh, he's the one that helped me get on Carrie's channel. Like, Carrie's gonna interview me now. He like hooked me up with Dave Mack. Um, Dave Mack emailed me to, like, as an invite for his channel. Um,
Okay.
and I responded. I told him how excited I was. I asked if we could do it sometime in August, and he hasn't responded yet, so I hope I didn't offend him.
You probably didn't. He probably just has to think about it. Like,
Probably
yeah,
just busy.
he's probably so busy um that if you think about it, he's probably so busy that it's it's probably like, well, I don't know if we can do it in August. He might have it like out to September or something like that. You don't know. So
Maybe.
he'll probably respond to you eventually.
I hope so.
You'll, you're going to do fine. Like, just I just put the link in because Lewis just asked for it. So Lewis will be joining us soon, which tells me he's home.
Yeah.
So so
I'm gonna look
I'm
at the
just seeing
comments
what
really
happened
quick.
to Boyd Lamb. Yeah, he's
Hmm?
one of the people from the Misfits. Unfortunately, he passed away. So
Oh.
yeah.
Oh no. When did he pass away?
I just found it yesterday. CB Carmack actually told me. One of the
Dang.
I got the message. I guess it was oh god, I forget the name of it all of a sudden. And we're going to be joined by Lewis. And I'm going to put this on thing because Feral Grandma's telling me I need to do something. Thomas, you need to build up your called
Oh,
on to speak arsenal of jokes, quips, and comments. That way, you always have an opening so you can loosen up. And okay,
you have plenty of jokes though, Thomas.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All weekend was jokes.
yeah.
I'm wearing,
Were you regretting?
I'm wearing my new
You
cape.
got to meet my food. Yeah, I'm wearing my Captain America shirt. So right
Hi,
there.
Lexi. How are you? You're looking lovely today.
Good. Thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Hello, friends. Yes,
All
I've been
right.
chat.
So
So,
now I can like look at the chats a little bit more. So
yeah,
D Lee saying hello, Lewis.
did you go through the whole trip yet, or what'd you do?
Me?
Yeah, did you go over like how it was, all that stuff? I heard a little bit.
No, I mean, yeah, I basics.
Cool.
I mean, there wasn't
You
really much to tell. I was like in the back, so I heard them talking and stuff. But
listen. You make
man,
me feel bad that I was
yeah,
VIP and I closed the curtain.
I am, I am. You cut me out.
So I had a regular ticket, like Thomas. I was gonna sit with Thomas the whole time, but for my birthday, my wife upgraded my ticket to VIP, and she had a ticket, and she didn't even upgrade herself. So but she really wasn't there. I saw Danny was saying that you didn't meet her. Danny, you didn't meet her because she didn't stay for any of the talks. She brought a friend with her and they did some Boston stuff while we were listening to all the doctors and all the presentations. Then she came briefly for lunch, and then they left again. So that's why you didn't see her. But it was so funny that Danny that I sent Mitch the pictures, but I didn't really give him an explanation of who was who. So she was like, he saw
Oh.
you, and he's like, oh, that's Michelle, that's Lewis's wife. I said, oh, great, there we go.
See what you did, Dan? You got Lewis in trouble.
No. Well, luckily, if you see the trend here, luckily you will know that my wife does not watch any of that stuff. So everything is good. I can show a picture of her, so people are wondering, and I'll actually don't tell her. I'll show um before and after a proper human diet. I showed you some good ones, right, Thomas?
Yeah. I believe you can get this thing. Like it would go and I just share it on the thing and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on. I'm just trying to find the picture first.
I mean, it's going to be like a square like you and me, like us. So I'm going to take the thing I have for Terry saying that you and me like National Lampoon's Vacation vibes.
Yes,
No,
that is true.
to kind of make it a little bit bigger. And with this,
Michelle, where is?
see that just makes me bigger. I don't want to be the one bigger. I want you to have the thing on the screen bigger. So it'd be kind of cool if I could fix that, you know. That's a little too much face. Sorry. Let's back.
I'm like, I was like
that was
right in the
scary.
middle.
That was, well, yeah.
No, I can't find. And maybe I don't have a side by side. I feel like maybe I wouldn't because maybe she would kill me if I did that. Let me see.
That makes sense.
I'll make one real quick. Who cares?
I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna turn off my camera 1 second.
Oh, sure.
Okay. All right. So.
Yeah. So you were asked if you were nervous. I know obviously you weren't nervous because we weren't on stage, but I think what they were asking was, were you nervous to meet all these people?
Oh, I don't know if nervous is the right word. I was excited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't know if I was really nervous. I mean, my heart was pounding every time I met somebody. It was like, I hope I didn't show it, but I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know? Like inside, I felt like like an excited schoolgirl, but I was just like, oh my God, it's Dr. Kiltz, yay!
Yeah, I was
Hopefully, I didn't show that.
like excited too. Yeah, I was excited.
But being an older man, you can't show that excitement like that. Yeah, it was cool. And I got Dr. Kiltz's phone number. Ha I'm just kidding.
Change my shirt.
Oh,
okay.
Oh gosh.
Costume change.
I went to my mom's church yesterday and she gave me this shirt. It says, Love like Jesus. Yeah. I love this shirt so much. Sorry, I don't mean to alienate you guys, but I love this shirt.
Okay.
Yeah. I just don't know if everybody who's listening is a Christian. I don't want to make people uncomfortable.
Oh, for that. Okay.
Yeah, you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're good. I mean,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Finding a picture.
Terry Sue just said nice shirt. So.
Ah.
See there? Just to confirm
Thanks,
it. See
Terry.
there? Right there. Nice shirt. And
Thank
Lisa
you.
says, I love the shirt, Lexi. So.
You've been doing something right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Okay, so here's a question that Terry Sue is asking. Really, anything meat related we had? La Picanha,
Oh yeah, we could talk about Fogo de Chao. It was a freaking disappointment.
Yeah.
I gotta take Thomas. I gotta take Thomas like when it's not like they're feeding like a cafeteria.
Well, I'm just saying it's.
It
Yeah,
was. It
I get
was.
you.
Oh, I'll tell you some stories about that. Here, let me show a picture of Michelle. I don't have a fat picture because I got to pick the right one.
So
Um,
this is the one I saw.
this is the Michelle. Okay, I need to allow later. Let me see. How do I pick a window? A window, entire screen. It's really annoying. I have to restart. It wants me to restart Chrome to share the picture, but I'm not doing that.
While I'm doing this, I'm going to bring somebody else on.
Oh, who is it?
Lash.
Oh,
Hey,
Les.
Lash.
Les, you were on everyone's minds at the event meetup as well. Thanks to
Yeah.
Jill.
What? Who? Where? What?
What?
At the
What?
Boston meetup, Jill was
At the
handing out
Boston
flyers
meetup.
about your dream to start the retreat.
Oh, I heard they all disappeared.
They
That's
all went. They all went. All the flyers went.
super rad. Super rad.
All right, real quick. Let's see. All right, real quick. Thomas, just show that.
Oh, okay. So this is your thing. So it's going to make us smaller because it has to share with us. So
Yep.
that's
Can't see it.
So this is me and my wife. This is the day after the meetup. We went, me, Michelle, her friend Jessica, and Thomas went to Harvard to walk around Harvard Square since we were in Boston. And this is a picture of us in front of the statue. And apparently you're supposed to touch one of the feet. You can see it's like it's like gold because people keep touching it for
yeah.
good.
It's like all worn out
Yeah.
basically.
So that's my wife Michelle, right there. All right, and I'm wearing my T-shirt has all these fruits and vegetables on it, and it says underneath it, "Eat more meat." Underneath it.
Yeah. And the vegetables are all like bruised and
And grumpy
you know.
and all that stuff, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's that picture. All right, you can take it off. I'm actually let me see. Stop sharing. Cool. So there she is. But she's lost about 80 pounds.
Oh.
Maybe for the next live, I'll find a nice picture of her before and after. All right, Lash. Everybody wants to know how you're doing.
Uh, I'm having a freaking nervous breakdown today.
Oh, why is that? And how can we?
Work. Work
What,
is
what do you do for work?
well.
I don't think we've
When
talked
I'm
about
not doing music or photography, I am.
I'll be right back.
that. Yeah, what pays the bills?
I'm doing manufacturing and distribution,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, having a bunch of issues this weekend. It's
Yeah,
completely
I'm sorry about that.
making life insanely stressful this week, but I'll be all right.
You'll be right. And listen, we know, when we eat the proper human diet, it really helps us get through all of these different
Oh, way
things.
better, way
Way
easier,
better. Yeah.
like way
Hey,
less
Jill.
dramatic spikes in freak out levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's pretty level. Even though I'd love to just freak out a little, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do what everybody thinks I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip out. Right, Johnny? We'll keep it together. Yeah, so we make we make these. We make a bunch of crazy cannabis products over here.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, that's what
Nice.
we
Yeah,
do.
when it was not legal in New York, I don't use marijuana, but people I know do. And when it
Yeah,
was
it's
illegal in
illegal.
New York, we would order from this place, and it was all from California. It all had the CA logo on it.
That's
Everything.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't do any backdoor here. We're completely legit. We're in 7 different states.
I'm not saying that's where. I'm not saying it came from you. I'm saying the product came from California.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I remember
Even though it's
I
legal here.
used to smoke I used to smoke weed every day years ago. This was like 2017, 2018. I was smoking weed every day, but I quickly learned that triggers psychosis for me. So now I've been sober for about 3 years, and I haven't smoked weed in that long. But yeah, I just I can't smoke weed, and also I don't want to because it like makes you want to eat a bunch. So I know I wouldn't be able to stick to carnivore if I was smoking weed every day.
I created a product for this company about 8 years ago, um, for topical skincare, that I used for my pain. So it took me like 4 years in my kitchen to create, and then the company graciously put it out on the market for me. So I've been selling this cream, this all natural cream, for a while now, and helps a lot of people with their pain issues if they're not going to change their diet and whatnot. So that's cool that I'm able to do that. And then I took that cream making skill, and then I created my new um, carnivore tallow last week, and that is amazing. And I'm going to put that out on
It came out good.
really. Oh my god, it passed the heat test in the car. So I drove
Oh,
Palm Springs with no AC. It didn't like change.
right. Because usually when it melts and then becomes solid again, it's sometimes
A
something.
lot of them get really weird, or they just get just like water, yeah, like just liquidy. But no, it held up. It's only three ingredients, and
So that means you can ship it around the country. It's great.
yeah, I'm really happy with it. So as soon as I have some money to
What did
buy
you put
all the
inside of it besides the tallow? Did you add anything else to it?
yeah, it's tallow and mango butter and this one other oil, and that's it. It's just the three things, and yeah, it's amazing. So I can't wait for people. Actually, Jill got to try it in Seattle. I brought a little bit to Seattle, but yeah, I'll get that on the market as soon as I can afford to put it all together.
For sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I played a concert this weekend. That was fun.
That's cool.
That's good too.
First time in a year and a half.
How was that?
It was great, except we got on stage and they couldn't get our sound like working for 45 minutes. So
Oh
we
my
stood up
god.
there on
Oh
stage for 5
no!
minutes twiddling our thumbs. That's always completely embarrassing, but it is what it is. We killed it afterwards. So
Did you show any pictures from the meetup, Thomas?
look at that.
Well, I know you're showing one right now.
No, I'm asking before I do it again. Did you show any pictures?
Oh, there it is. I figured it out.
You did it. You did it. So I'm not watching the chat, so tell me if anyone asks any questions in the chat. So here's some pictures from the meetup. These are the ones I posted on Instagram.
Okay.
So there's me and Thomas and Kerry, and then there's Danny. So Danny, this is the picture I sent Mitch because I know Mitch knows who you are, but he doesn't know your face. So he was like, "Oh, I don't know who that woman is. It must be Lewis's wife." But then you had sent a picture also, so then it connected the dots for him. So then we were good. We were good. Okay, me and Kerry. I finally got my blue Healing Humanities T-shirt, which I will wear at the next Healing Humanities Zoom meeting. Not today, tomorrow probably. And here is Jill and Adam. Jill was great. Jill we were hanging out with all day.
Jill's the best.
Yeah, she's the
Jill's
best.
the
Yeah.
absolute best. She's an angel.
And me and Dr. Nelson. I was so happy. I was so nervous to meet people because it's one of those things. It's like, and I don't know if this makes sense to you guys, but like you never know how people are in real life, right?
Yep.
Like are they just like that on TV or on the screen, right? Versus in real life. And I have to say, so I'm nervous in that regard because I don't want if I think of a person a certain way, I don't want to have to change that way of thinking. But everyone was really really great and genuine. Dr. Kills was amazing.
He's the
Alia sat me right next to him during dinner, during lunch, I should say, and which was great, except for the fact that Dr. Kiltz, this is like his wedding, and Dr. Kiltz was never sitting. He was constantly running around.
Right. He's all over the place.
Then
Right.
he did sit, and it was great. And I got this nice picture of the guys over here, which is really nice. I like that picture. And then here is the lady behind the scenes making everything happen, Alia. It's great to meet her in person as well.
She's awesome.
And Adam. Oh, me and Dr. Boz. I was so nervous to meet Dr. Boz. I was so nervous. And Kerry is short. I don't think I'm that tall. I'm 5'11".
You're taller than you think you are.
Right,
Yes.
right. I'm 5'11", so everyone is shorter than me, which was nice. Which was nice. I'll take it. Yeah, Dr. Boz, like I was like starstruck because she's like, she has she's like probably of all the people that were there, she probably has the biggest following. And I really had nothing to ask her, so I was afraid I was going to go up to her and start like blabbing. But I just told her I thanked her for her videos, and I told her the truth. Like whenever I find someone that is kind of open to like eating differently or changing their diet, and I have to send them one YouTube to start. It's not going to be a Dr. Barry video. It's not going to be a Kerry video because those are crazy. Those are crazy videos. But Dr. Boz does a really good job at that stuff. And this is Don Schlanger, right? Who is also in the morning with us with Mitch. So I took his picture as well. We had good lighting
Yeah.
for that one. And then this was a shot during Dr. Wiedemann's presentation. Dr. Lisa, by the way, I didn't get a picture with her, which I'm devastated because she's one of my favorite people.
In military suit,
so
Dr.
rad.
Lisa.
This is one of her slides that I think really summed up everything. Trust in the power of the body to heal itself given the proper nutrition and removing inflammatory foods, which we thought was really good. And then this is Vince from Alaska. I'm pretty sure I found him
He's
as
so rad.
the person that traveled the farthest for this meetup.
I
So,
met him in Seattle. He's
yep.
super
Oh yeah,
cool.
he's on tour. He's on
Yeah,
tour.
he's super cool.
Super cool. And then, of course, Amy was great to meet
Oh,
her in as well. And here's a nice moment between her and Dr. Nelson, which is really cool.
hello.
Actually, Amy, let me see. So this is a picture. So Amy came to sit with us at dinner. So here's a picture with
Oh.
us eating together. I took this picture. I'm behind the camera. Beautiful. I'm a great photographer, as you can see.
Yeah, better
And
than me.
You actually aren't bad as a
oh,
professional. As a professional,
yeah. Well, I have some experience doing event photography, so I
there
know
you
how to
go. Yeah,
post.
you're lined up. The eyes
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah. I'm not
Your
cutting off head.
ears.
Not
Yeah,
not too much
you're
empty space. Yeah, all that stuff.
good.
So, and then there was another. So then at one point, I was sitting next to Dr. Kiltz, in this picture, right? And then on the other side of me, Dr. Lisa sat down. I was in my glory. Oh, it was wonderful. And the picanha kept coming. But like I was saying, and I know Alia did a good job at planning the meetup. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing. Um, so I know here, Thomas, you can switch us back. I know Alia did a great job
Thank
at
you.
at planning the
It
meetup.
already did it by itself.
No, but I still see it on the. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
I
I'll remove it.
yeah.
Let me do.
Yeah, no, I still saw it
All
on
right.
the full screen. Just you can see us. But so, and I know
I'm just
Alia probably told them we don't eat sugar, we don't, all the things, right? The first thing I didn't get down right away. So we got down to the restaurant. The first thing they come at me with is a tray full of ginger ale, glasses of ginger ale,
yeah.
full sugar ginger ale. So I look at the young girl. She's a young server. She doesn't know what's going on. I said, "Listen, none of us eat sugar, so you gotta take this away." And she goes, "They're just you, like just this area." I said, "No, everybody here does not eat sugar, so take it away," which is not true. My wife eats carbs. Her friend ate
Yeah,
carbs.
there's probably a few sprinkles here and
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
but
yeah, it
yeah.
was fine. But no one needs full sugar soda, right? Could we at least agree on that? Like, if you're gonna have anything, don't drink that.
Right.
So they took that away. Then they bring the cheese out, like the baked cheese or fried cheese covered in honey. So we had to send that away. And they brought cheese out without honey. They made a batch without the honey, which was nice. And then it was just, there was 140 people. I get it. I get it. It was a lot of people. It was just not rushed, but just like I feel like it was the same things coming out over and over. It was picanha, which I'm not complaining. The picanha was amazing. But I wanted pork belly. I wanted beef rib. Dr. Lucy wanted beef rib. So I asked them for beef ribs. I asked them for pork belly. And I thought they were going to bring the tray for everyone. They bring a little dish just for us of a few pieces, which is fine. So me and Dr. Lisa shared that. And I shared the pork belly with the table that I was sitting with. But it was good. It just I feel like for Thomas, for you, I would like you to go to the Brazilian steakhouse just as a regular, for like a regular,
As a regular thing, right?
and just
And
experience like it was just so like chaotic,
right.
So chaotic.
I mean, I've dealt with chaos before, so it
Yeah.
didn't really bother me that much. But you know,
But the food was good. I know Ollie, I told him no sugar, but the sugar kept coming, Jill.
yeah.
The
I just
sugar.
had to put that out there, so so we can confirm that Ollie did say something. Yeah. I mean, obviously,
Yes,
she.
Vincent did sit with Jill, Thomas, and Michelle, and our friend Jessica was sitting right next to them as well, which was nice. Very nice. Since I was in VIP.
And I was telling them I was right across from. Rick said he watches this channel, but this gentleman, his channel name is Carnivore Dad Bod,
Hmm.
and he hasn't done a video in a while. But he's
Lesh,
like this
what's your dog's name, Lesh? It's cute.
It's not mine. It's
Oh,
this is a work dog.
oh well, it's still cute. What's his name?
You
don't know.
Coco.
Coco.
It's,
Oh, all right, that's
I think
unfortunate.
you're going to say work dog. Yeah.
I know. I think I don't.
This is our work dog. Work dog.
What's up, Coco?
So does someone own him and bring him to the office?
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, that's nice. Emotional support.
it's good to have it.
Yeah. You're surprised how much that helps people. Helps all of us.
So Thomas, did you go to the supermarket yet? Or are you gonna go later?
I went.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got just a few chuck steaks. I only had enough to do like a few steaks, and then I'm going to get more when I get
So you
paid.
didn't buy the ones that were on sale? You bought cheaper ones?
Yeah, they were like $7 a piece, so like for the whole thing. So
Oh, for the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I went I went to the chiropractor, and then on the way back, I went to Stop and Shop because they have the porterhouse on sale, and I
Right.
don't need more steak.
Yeah.
I got plenty of stuff.
I mean, I'm going back on the 3rd.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that's right. You told me
but
that right
that's-
when you get paid.
yeah.
Right.
So I mean, today was just kind
This
of like
wasn't
just
this wasn't the big shopping yet. No.
no. This was just enough to be able to start my line diet tomorrow. But the thing is, I do want to have like at least one more day of coffee, so I'm gonna have that tonight, and then I'll start the line diet definitely. I'll probably start it tomorrow. I just might have one cup of coffee or something like that.
How long
Terry-
you going lying for?
Yeah, coffee.
Terry, my wife drinks sugar-free Red Bull. It's terrible.
Yeah.
She loves it.
My brother-in-law used to love Red Bull and vodka. That was his
That's
favorite
what
drink.
Michelle drinks. Yeah, she drinks. My wife is not carnivore. She well, I guess she primarily does eat meat, but she also has carbs. Yeah.
Right.
But like today, she'll probably have no carbs.
Do you guys think we could talk about weight gain on carnivore? Because
Yeah.
since starting carnivore a few weeks ago, I've gained like 5 pounds. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but like when I weighed myself a week into carnivore, I was 165. Now I'm 170, and like I remember before I started carnivore this last time on June 10th, I had prayed to God. I was like, God, I'm okay if I gain 10 pounds as long as I can stick to the diet and heal my schizophrenia. But now that it's happening, it's so uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't
Especially
want
after losing so much weight.
to. Exactly. Yeah, and
I
even
get
a
it.
weight
Because
gain.
I lost 100 pounds eating low carb and taking a GLP-1. And when I stopped the GLP-1, I gained 30 pounds. And fast. And it was like whiplash, and I was not happy. And the only way I could lose weight again was through like severe restriction, like 4-day fasts, and like it was crazy. So I got to a place where I was okay. I had to buy a few bigger clothes, like for work and stuff like that, whatever. But I was still struggling with being hungry and gaining weight and stuff like that. And so on June 1st, I did Lion Diet. Are you doing Lion now? Not
Nope,
yet, right?
I'm still doing like dairy. I'm gonna cut out dairy. I think that might be a big reason why I'm gaining weight. But
You don't drink
Um,
coffee, right? You don't drink coffee?
I drink coffee. I still am doing a teaspoon of honey in my coffee, and
Yeah.
honey's only like 20. It's only like 20 calories, so I'm
That's
not
not.
really
It's
worried
the
about it.
dairy.
But it's not even so
Yeah,
much about
but
the calories. I mean, the calories do matter, and I am realizing that a lot. That the amount of energy we put in our bodies, it has to go somewhere. But
Mhm.
it's triggering insulin, which then is going to trigger not losing weight. I don't know if it's definitely going to make you gain fat, but it's not. It's going to stop weight loss. So I I started Lion June 1st. Cut out all dairy, all coffee, just beef, salt and water, and sparkling water. No flavored electrolytes, no flavored
Yeah.
seltzer, which I probably could have done, but I didn't. And my blood sugar was always around. You test your blood sugar at all? Probably not, right? My blood
I
sugar.
have.
Oh, you do. My blood sugar was always around 95, 100 all day, and I can never figure out why. 6 days into Lion Diet, all of a sudden my blood sugar tanked to like this in the 70s all day, 70s, 80s. In the mornings before, I would go up to like 105, 110 with the dawn phenomenon. Now I barely break 90 with the dawn phenomenon. And I think it could be one of two things: excess calories from dairy, right? Because that has to go somewhere.
Hmm.
But I think it also might have been caffeine.
You think so?
Yeah, because caffeine puts your body in fight or flight mode,
It
and
does.
it raises cortisol, which can raise blood sugar. And when that would happen, my ketones would always be low, and my blood glucose was always around 100. Now my ketones are always above 1.5, even when I'm eating. I'm eating every day. I'm not fasting. There's no more restricting, nothing. Now, I have been weighing myself every day, but I'm not looking. It goes to the cloud. I have a smart scale. So I have the points on the graph from every day this month, but I have not seen what I weigh. But I know I lost weight because I feel it. My clothes. Like this shirt's a medium, and it's awesome, you know. So I think what happened. I think the artificial sweeteners that I was getting in electrolytes, that I was putting in my coffee, the dairy, all that stuff. I feel like is letting my body. I'm actually starting to feel my body saying, "Okay, you've eaten enough." I was always able to eat as much as I wanted to. It took like 2 weeks, and I it's working, and
Mm,
I'm going to announce here on Thomas's Live that I'm continuing Lion Diet after tomorrow, after today. It's not just going
nice.
to be for June. I'm going to
And I'll
continue.
be right with you soon.
I'm going to California at the end of July for my brother's birthday. So while I'm traveling, I probably will eat meat other than beef because of just it's easier if I'm at a place I can have chicken wings or whatever. It's just easier sometimes. But until then, I'm going to continue Lion Diet.
I
And I
think
know,
I would like to.
yeah, go ahead.
I would like to try Lion Diet at some point. It's just I need to find a fat source. I don't like beef fat trimmings or any type of solid fat. Right now I'm doing
Like, and
coconut oil, which
have you ever air fried beef fat trimmings?
I have. I still don't like the
No,
texture.
it's like popcorn. It's like carnivore popcorn. It's so good. Oh,
Mm-mm. I prefer to melt my fat and just drink it. It's the easiest way. But
well,
I think the problem is that I'm way overshooting the fat. I don't track, but like yesterday I was just curious,
I know.
and
I do that.
so I just I put in what I usually eat in a day, and I found out I was having like 3,000 calories a day. So, but I mean, like, I have to keep my ketones up, so that's why I was having so much fat. But, like, I didn't realize that my 73/27 burgers have plenty of fat in them, so I don't need to have, like, 4 tablespoons of coconut oil with them. But, like, I tried to just have 1 tablespoon of coconut oil with it last night for dinner, and I was craving fat so bad. Like, I ended up having, I don't usually have butter, like melt butter to drink it, but I did last night. And I noticed, like, I felt so energized after that, like, and so satisfied. But, like, I don't want to keep gaining weight, so, like, I can't keep having all this fat, I think. I don't know. I hope I'm making sense.
You are. Um,
Hmm.
Now, I have a question, and I hate to, bring this, but if I eat like melted fat like that, I have problems like in the bathroom. You don't have any issues?
Yep.
Wow.
It's taken months. Like last year and earlier this year when I was doing medical keto, that's when I started to drink melted fat. And obviously at first it hurt my stomach. I had to start very slow. But now I can have like I said, 4 tablespoons of melted coconut oil and I'm fine. Or like melted pork fat or something. I forgot what it's I think it's just called pork fat that I make from bacon. Like I can have that melted
Mhm.
and I'm fine. So I think it just takes time.
Hmm. That's
Mhm.
that's pretty cool.
Rick, did you get Milton neutered yet or no? Put it in the chat. Um, so uh, I I made hamburger patties for the trip, so we would have stuff to eat, and I put too many in the barbecue, and I made like a fireball, and they were very well done. Thomas is very polite; he still ate them. Um, but
The burger.
what I did yesterday when we got back, we still had some left, so I ate it for dinner, and I actually got some beef tallow and I warmed it up in a bowl with the hamburger patties, and I kind of like chopped up the hamburger patties, just broke them up a little bit, and they were so dry. They soaked up all that beef tallow. So I don't know if maybe if you're eating like egg, oh, you don't want to do lion, right? No eggs. But just like in anything, if you put it with like ground beef, for example, which is very affordable, if you add beef tallow to it, it really does suck it all up, and it really makes it easy, especially if you want to eat melted fat. I like ground beef cold, and the fat in the bottom of that bowl actually becomes like that white, hard, like waxy stuff.
Yep.
And I just mix it all up, and it's everywhere mixed up, and I just eat that with a spoon, and it's great. I love cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't come to the point where I like cold meat. I still have to heat it up, but maybe at some point I'll get there. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think another reason why I'm nervous to try Lion Diet is because like the limited variety, and also yeah, like having
I love beef. I don't know. It's
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I think I'll do
But
fine.
I
you like the
also
best.
I also am fortunate that I have access to steaks often, and I buy them when they're on sale. I stock up and stuff like that. I know everyone is different in, as far as what they can buy, or even just freezer space. Like I get that's a big thing. Like I'm lucky that I have a freezer that is basically just for me. There's some ice cream in there, but it's not for me. And and but I also I'm really low maintenance, and I can just buy ground beef. When ground beef's on sale for $3.50 a pound, 80/20, I eat ground beef all week. And I bought
Mhm.
so many hamburger patties, right, Thomas? They were buy one package get one package free last week.
Yep.
Bought so many. Me and Thomas ate hamburger patties all weekend when we weren't
Yeah.
at the lunch for the meetup.
Nice cold burger
And,
patties, nice cold bacon,
and yeah, and I'm eating them for the rest of the week because they're in my freezer right now. They're in my refrigerator right now. My wife said to me, she goes, "This looks like a McDonald's in here." I said, "I know. I'm gonna eat them. I'm gonna eat them." It looks
Yeah.
like McDonald's.
I think what I could manage is like beef, eggs, coconut oil, because or maybe clarified butter. I haven't tried making that yet, but um, yeah, beef, eggs, coconut oil, maybe clarified butter. I still need coffee for now, just because my meds make me so sedated. But once I'm on fewer meds, then I'll cut out the coffee. But I
Okay.
don't know.
Well, see, you gotta
I'm
see what
still
happens.
new to this.
I honestly,
you do what you gotta do. You know.
I did not expect to have. I honestly, I had spoken to Dr. Nelson about my blood sugar and about my frustrations that I wanted to be lower. And listen, I was diabetic for 10 years almost, like, but even before that, God knows how long you were pre-diabetic or insulin resistant. It takes decades to get that way. So I knew, and he said, sometimes this is as good as it's gonna get. He told me outright, like this might be as good as it's gonna get, and the numbers were not bad. My A1C was normal. I just want my numbers lower. I had no idea that this was going to happen when I went Lion Diet. I had no idea. And I did Lion in January for World Carnivore Month. I think I was still drinking coffee though. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I don't think I was. I think I was still drinking hot water. But I don't know why. I did not experience this in January. So I don't know. So yeah, you might be surprised. You might be surprised.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I'm still adjusting to carnivore, but at some point I would like to experiment more.
Yeah.
You know,
Like there was days
right
where
now I'm just
I just did a stick of butter and a whole. I hate. I like the double sticks of butter, like the Kerrygold, like the double ones, or
Hmm.
like the Costco brand ones. I just ate that the whole thing. The whole day I just did butter. It was disgusting. But what was I?
like
How
a
was I?
fat fast.
How it was a fat fast. How was I doing that? I was putting it mostly in coffee, which I think is my problem.
Mhm.
You know?
Dang.
A lot of
Just
good stuff,
straight butter.
stuff in the chat. Just straight butter was delicious with salt on it. It's delicious.
But
Um, A lot of good tips about eggs. Putting an egg on top of a burger or on top of ground beef. I love that. I
Yep.
don't like my eggs runny anymore because I don't have the bread to soak it up. But
Mm.
when I'm eating ground beef or a hamburger patty, you can use that to soak it up, which I like.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
It'd probably be cheaper for me to just do the ground beef and eggs too, I think, instead of like the brats, and I don't think I get much else actually. I don't know.
Do you have a
But
lot of freezer space or not really?
I live with two other housemates, and
Yeah.
then the staff here kind of put their stuff in the freezer too, so we have big freezers. They're just pretty full. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't really
So
like stock up on all the meat.
yeah, I wait until the ground beef goes on sale. The cheapest I've seen is $3.49 a pound, and then I'll buy as much as I can that I can fit in the freezer. And I like it comes in a 3 pound block, so I'll usually make it 1 pound portions. I'll put them in the airtight bag, put them in the freezer. I make them really flat so that they defrost fast. Instead of having like a big block, it's like a very flat, thin sheet of 1 pound of ground beef. And then another thing I do is I go. This is so funny. It's a good tip though. I go to the supermarket the day before the sale ends, the last day of the sale, and I hope that they're sold out of it so I can get a rain check. So I already bought the ground beef earlier in the week, but if I can get a rain check, now I get that sale price whenever I want. Whenever the beef.
Cool.
So a rain check is when an item that's on sale in the circular is sold out. They give you a little piece of paper, and it basically says, "Okay, sorry we didn't have this product during the advertisement, but you will honor the price when it's back in stock." And they never expire. So I
Yeah.
have rain checks for hamburgers. I have rain checks for ground beef. That if because sometimes we go through these dry spells when meat is not on sale. There's nothing on sale.
Yeah.
I can go on that, get that rain check, buy some ground beef on the sale price, stuff like that. And then once you use the rain check, they take it away. They take it away from you, which is fine. Last time I used the rain check, the guy gave it back to me, so I took it. I took it back.
Oh,
Does
recycle.
Aldi do that?
I'm
I
guessing.
think most grocery stores do
I
that.
usually do it at my shop, Stop and Shop, because they're my friends over there.
Mhm.
Aldi rain check policy.
Yeah, I think most companies do it. It's
Love this
just
Google AI. Aldi does not offer rain checks on Aldi finds or other out of stock items. Aldi focuses on providing low, consistent prices rather than relying on
oh
promotional
yeah,
pricing.
it's true.
So, is it promotional pricing of the meat on Aldi, or is it always cheap?
It's usually promotional.
Uh,
Because if it's not a sale, then there's no reason to get a rain check.
I mean, a lot of times they're because I get the big like roll of three, like the 3 pound thing of 73.27 beef, ground beef, and it's sometimes it's like $13, other times it's like 11. So the price kind of varies, but it's relatively affordable. So I usually get one of those a week.
And I know, Thomas. I know it's hard for you to get to the supermarket. You do have to go in person to get the rain check. Uh, I do have the luxury that I can just jump in the car and drive there and go. So
Right.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Someday, someday.
I know. I know. I should have given you my rain checks while you were here because you have a Stop and Shop by you.
I do. I usually go to the shop right, but yeah, I do have a Stop and Shop as well. So
Oh, Rick, he loves
there's
you.
there's a
Loves
few
loves
Stop
you,
and
Rick.
Shops. There's also a few ShopRites and a few Aldis.
I know. When we were driving back from Boston, it was ShopRites everywhere, right?
I know it's like
Everywhere.
every 5 miles it felt like there was a ShopRite.
And then I was telling Jessica, my wife's friend, about the steaks that were on sale. It's so funny because she met Dr. Kiltz, and of course, I had to throw her under the bus for being a carb eater. I
Right.
said, Dr. Kiltz, I said she needs some inspiration, and he went off on her. He went crazy on her. But she's like, I do eat meat. I do eat meat, and she does eat meat, but she also, it's bad to eat meat
Right.
and carbs. High fat and carbs is not a good combination. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I
But
still
yeah,
have to
weight
go
gain
to
is rough. I don't know what to tell you about weight gain. I don't know what to tell you. Go Lion Diet.
Mm. One thing, so I was in what is her name? Ketogenic woman. I was in her live yesterday,
I
and someone
love
was
her.
me too, and she
Like
eats
my
super high
grandma.
fat.
She does.
Yeah.
She does.
Uh
I love
huh.
Anita. She's great.
And she's still losing weight, so I think I could learn from her.
I think
But
she did.
someone in
Did she just? I actually started watching the replay because I couldn't watch it because me and Thomas were still together. Um, did she switch something up recently to start losing weight again, or
I'm
no?
not sure. I didn't watch for too long. I was mainly like in the comments talking to
Yeah.
people. But one person said that like I should just focus on healing for now because I have had mental health benefits. So maybe my
Listen,
body just needs the
I'm
fat.
all for that, Lexi. But when I was telling people I lost 100 pounds, and now I have to say I lost 70,
I know, right?
I don't want to do that. So
Yeah,
guess
I'm
what?
like my
Between
love.
me, you, and the people in the chat, I still say 100.
I was gonna say, just say the 100 and don't tell what you gained. Like,
I know. And then when I say I gained 30 pounds back, no one can see it on me,
you know,
which
that's
is
almost
good.
like
Which
when
is
I
good.
first went to Atlantic City, right? I was about 21, and I go on this bus tour.
Yeah.
You go to Atlantic City, and I actually went there with $25 and went home with $650.
Oh,
And everybody kept on asking. Now, I understand what they were talking about, but when you're 21, you really don't know. But they're like, "Well, how much did you lose?" I'm like, I went home with a freaking $650. So
mhm.
I don't see where the relevancy of the question is. So it's not really how much you gain. It's more, in your case, it's more how much you lost. You lost 100
Well,
pounds.
for me,
Just because you
like
gained back 30 doesn't mean you didn't lose the 100.
my lowest weight.
Oh, there you are.
Interesting.
You just pulled the Mitch on us.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
As soon as I clicked on, he got off of me.
The cats know. They know. They're weird like
There.
that. Go ahead,
Do you
Lexi. What was
think
your
he's
lowest
really
weight?
going to stay on just because you want to go and show him off?
Hey. He's
No.
like Velcro. So Lexi,
My lowest,
lowest weight?
my
Yeah.
lowest. It was 153 pounds. Now I'm 170, and it's like I want to go back to that.
That's
Even
just like
though
me.
I realized I was probably a little too thin. I'm 5'8", so I think I was too thin. But like I liked the way my face looked when I was that small, because like I have a pretty like squarish face,
Hmm.
and I feel like just right here, I feel like I gained weight, and I hate it so much. So
So you like it better when you were like when it was a little
like
more,
Milton.
snatched.
yeah,
Add
chiseled.
Milton.
Yeah, chiseled. Yeah. Hopefully I'll get there again.
Right.
No, you will. I think. Listen, I was really having trouble with
Milton.
with the gateway and
Come on.
I saw a new doctor and he was like, stop fasting. I said okay, because I was a serial faster. I was fasting 48 hours, 72 hours a week just to maintain my weight gain. He said, stop fasting. I want you to eat every day, 2 meals, 6 hour window. So I'm still doing intermittent fasting, but I'm not doing multi-day fasting. And that also, it might be just like the SPG kind of priming thing. Maybe my body was just like, like
Craving nutrients. Yeah.
you could fast too much. You could.
Yep.
So
Stresses
Would
your
never
body
do it.
out if you fast too much.
I hate that idea.
about fasting,
Yeah. Why would I want to starve myself on purpose?
let me tell you, I love eating every day. I love it. Not that I
Thank you,
did not love.
Sandy. I
I love
saw I saw your
fasting
comment.
because fasting really helped with. I got a lot of time out of it. I got a lot done. I saved money, but I also enjoy eating every day. So, Danny, you look fine. I don't see no 9 pounds on you. You look good.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. You're good.
Yeah, let me show my this put this on the stage. This is Fat Lewis. This is I don't know what I weighed in this picture. Right. Lewis on the left was um
And we'll get it to blow up. There we go.
Lewis on the left was in the middle of my health crisis. Like
And there's your cat with the
the
Christmas.
the, the thing So the reason why I don't wear crazy cat shirts all the time. Okay, relax. Um,
Don't believe them, people.
I was on a I was on a cruise. You can see the ship behind me over my shoulder. And it was Christmas Day, or it was either Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. And we were on a holiday cruise, and I wore a Christmas shirt for Christmas. That happened to be cat related. Um, but yeah, Lewis on the left was in the middle of his health crisis with diabetes. Like I was, this is when I was feeling neuropathy pain, and my vision was getting blurry. And so that was, I like this picture because it really is like the, it might not be the heaviest I ever weighed. I did weigh less at one point, more at one point, but it was when I was the most sick. And then Lewis on the right is when I went visited Apple Park. My brother works for Apple, so I went to their headquarters in Cupertino, and I'm a big Apple fan. I love all their products. So it was really exciting to visit Apple Park and take a picture in front of the on the quad in front of their rainbow over there. So that was that one. So that's
Pretty
that's
cool.
that's me.
You look so different.
Yeah, and I probably was
You look
thin on
great.
the picture
Same
too.
person.
But yeah, thanks guys. No, it's listen, it's and I guess during those pictures I was taking the GLP-1. So
Did
oh,
you
and
have any side effects? Did you have any side effects from the GLP-1?
I loved it.
My
No,
sister took a GLP-1
yeah, you
and
mentioned
she
that
like
before. Yeah,
yeah, so I wasn't sure if you had side
I
effects like that
tolerated I
too.
tolerated it really well, and I got to very high doses very quickly because that's what my doctor was did. It was just like, oh, you're tolerating it, go up. Remember, it was for diabetes, right? Let's be real. I wasn't
Mm.
on the weight loss version, even though the drugs are exactly the same for weight loss. And yeah, it was great for the first time in as long as I can remember. I could eat a regular sized meal and be full.
Mm.
It
That's
was
awesome. Did
it
it
was
help with
fun.
the food noise?
Everything, everything. I would be able to
That's
eat dinner at a nice decent hour, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock early, and then all night watch TV, do whatever, and not think about it, or going to a refrigerator and looking or pantry. It was great. It
Hmm.
was,
that,
and
that's how it was for my sister.
it was great. And I have that now again, almost 100% back now with Lion Diet.
Hmm.
And I really
That's
think,
That makes me want to try it.
and I really think
interesting.
I think it was the allulose I was putting in my coffee, just having a sweet taste. I think was triggering me, and I think
Hmm.
the dairy. I think heavy cream. You
Hmm.
know.
Mhm.
So yeah, go ahead,
That
Rick.
that makes me want to try the lion diet just to get rid of that food noise, you know?
I I just it's hard for me to imagine because I eat I don't eat between meals. When I go to sleep, I don't think about food. I mean, is it common? I know people do midnight snack or whatever, but I would never even
Yeah,
conceive of that. I just
and I,
don't see it.
and I think I definitely think that the food noise it definitely all comes from the toxic food environment that we have here, right? Like, see, just the high sugar, high carbs. That's our bodies are running on sugar, and when it gets low, and insulin gets low, your body says, "Okay, turn on the food noise. We need more sugar, right?" You don't experience, and I think there is a certain level of people that maybe that is naturally not part of their mind, and that's those like the skinny people. No offense to the skinny people in the chat. And Rick, no offense to you, Rick. But Rick, you saved yourself from that because you've been eating a low carb diet for most of your life. It's amazing.
Yeah. Although it's a high calorie diet, high in
Correct.
fat, which everyone told me would make me gain weight and get a heart attack
And I can't believe you eat so many pounds of meat a day.
easily. I eat a lot of food.
I can't wait until we meet in person one day. I'm gonna come to Florida and neuter your cat. No. I gotta see. Do you know? Is there any low cost neuter by you? By you? Is there like a humane society or a rescue organization over there in Miami? There must be a big cat rescue population in Miami of people doing that work.
Yeah, problem is a lot of them want to nip their cat's ears, and I don't want my cat to have his ears with a notch in it.
So here in
Absolutely.
here in New York, we only ear tip the cats that go back outside. The ones that are friendly and living in houses, we don't ear tip them.
Okay, because I don't want my cat mutilated. Well, I mean, he's going to lose his nuts. He's going to get castrated. I wouldn't want to get castrated, but I don't know. He is a cat, so it has to happen eventually.
Yes. I did speak to Dr. Boz about GLP-1s. That's another thing I did. I gained 30 pounds. I want to say, and this is not real, right? In like 7 weeks. It's not real. It can't be real. And to the point where
It
my wife
happens.
looked at me, and she's very supportive, and she looked at me and she goes, Lexi, going back to the face, she goes, you look a little swollen. And I said, "Oh my god." I said, "Oh my god." She's a sweetheart. She did good. So then I had to start really looking at things and you know, yeah, I gained 30 pounds. I went from 170 to one to like 190, almost 200. I think at the I think I got to 199, and
My
then I was
weight,
like, eh.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Rick, you're tall.
six
You're
foot
six
six.
six six. Yeah, I'm 5'11", so you gotta be one.
Does
Dang.
my
Q
does
Q
my
Q.
face
What did
look like
Dr.
a skinny
Boz say
person?
about GLP-1s? QQQ.
Does my face look like a typical skinny person?
Yes, you look good.
Oh, thank you.
You look good.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you look very young. I know your birthday just passed.
I'm
You are
57. I'm
50,
not that old.
57, and I want to say that you look. I'm not gonna say you look 30 or something ridiculous, right? You got some. You work hard. Let's say that,
Hmm.
but you don't look a day over 50.
That's true.
I'll give you 7 years. There you go. So, what did Dr. Boz say about GLP-1? So, I said to Dr. Boz, I said, I really appreciate you talking more about GLP-1s. I'm gonna have to call this guy back because I'm telling the story. I'm working right now. Don't tell anybody. So, I said I really appreciate you talking about GLP-1s. I told her that I was using a GLP-1 while I was eating a proper human diet, and that I could never talk about it because of the stigma. And it wasn't until Dr. Boz started talking about it, Adrian started talking about it, Kelly Hogan started talking about it, that I felt more comfortable speaking about my time on it. You know, and she says, "Yeah, wait until the new ones come out in the future. This is going to be like." She's just talking about what it's going to do for. I think she's talking about mental illness, a lot about mental
Mhm.
illness and ones, and about like Parkinson's and stuff like that. So, not so much about weight loss, and then also about microdosing. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, my sister didn't end up gaining any weight back after she stopped
How
her
much?
GLP-1.
How much
She
did
was
she
very
lose?
lucky. Her height, she had a baby, and when she was pregnant, her highest weight was like 264. After she had her baby, she was like 230, I think, and now she weighs like 150. And
How tall is
she
she?
lost. She's my height. We're twins. She's five
Okay.
eight.
Oh, cool. Are
Mhm.
you identical?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, funny. Wow, there's two of you.
Yeah.
No, you should,
And
and
she's my.
I'm sure she looks different in many ways. But
Oh
it'd be
yeah.
funny if you didn't tell us that, and she joined like alive, and it
You
was two.
tell the difference.
I
She
know. I figured.
weighs less than me,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, okay, right.
and also like our face structure is different. Like hers is more like oval, and mine's more square. So we do look different. And if you go on my Instagram, you'd be able to see a picture
Oh,
of
okay.
us
I'll check her out.
together.
I'll check it out.
Hmm.
What am I saying? GLP-1s, carb addiction. Yes, it's real. Why did I stop the GLP-1? That's a great question, Jewel. So I wanted to I wanted to say I was not on any medications. I came off all my cholesterol medication, my high blood pressure medication, all my other diabetes medication because I was taking another medication also. And the Manjaro was the last thing I was taking, and I loved it. And I said to myself, I can do this. But I can carnivore hard, and I can do this. I can keep my diabetes reversed. I can keep my weight loss. I can do it. I can do it. I can eat as much meat as I want. Everything's gonna be great. I'm gonna feel full. Blah blah blah. And that's not what happened. But my A1C has been normal the entire time. My A1C did not. I did not become diabetic again because I'm not eating sugar. Um, and so that's why I stopped. And I didn't stop really cold turkey. I weaned down the dose because Manjaro comes in 5 different doses. I was on the top dose, so I kind of went down from 15 to 12.5 milligrams, then down to 10 milligrams. And at the same time, I was injecting less often. So instead of injecting every 7 days, I was injecting every 8 days, then every 9 days. And I got to every, I want to say 12 days. I was injecting every 12 days. And then in October of last year, I took my last 10 milligram shot. I probably would have done better if I would have went lower dose further. Nice, perfect. Um, because about a few weeks after I stopped, my blood sugar kind of did some crazy stuff, and the hunger was unbelievable. But that's why I stopped. That's why I stopped it.
I don't get hungry either, ever.
Lucky.
Don't know. I guess I stuffed myself with so much food I couldn't get hungry.
Jewel, do you take a GLP-1 as well? Hey, Bob. So you're just interesting on them because your oldest child is taking one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I definitely think that um, if you're gonna take that medication, you should definitely be on a proper human diet. No, not just eating less ice cream.
Yeah, that's how my sister started when she first got on the GLP-1. She was just eating whatever she wanted, and she wasn't losing weight. It wasn't until she started keto that she finally lost all the weight.
And I think a lot of my symptoms was inflammation, um, because I think I was getting inflamed from dairy because the GLP-1s help with inflammation. As soon as I stopped it, I feel like I kind of got swollen. So yeah. So that's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, your daughter eats crap. Yeah, I know. It's hard.
Quack, quack.
Yep. Quack quack. Duck food. Duck food. Duck food. Um. Yeah. And listen, Thomas still takes Victoza, which is a old GLP-1. For his blood sugar, and he's working on. He cut that in half already, Thomas. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I ran out of it completely. I didn't
Oh yeah.
realize
Did you
it.
call the pharmacy? You have to
I
fill up.
did, and unfortunately, they won't have anything until like tomorrow. So I have to pick it up tomorrow. So I'll have
What's
to.
your blood sugar now?
The blood sugar is
Rob.
at 131. Yeah, not as good as you there, not yet. But right now my blood pressure, thanks to Rick, not thanks to Rick with his blood pressure, but so that was my blood pressure now.
Okay, a little high,
Yeah.
but your heart
So
rate
I'm
is
gonna check it again and see if it goes
But your
down.
heart rate is good. Yeah, maybe you're probably just very excited that Rick
Ready for
joined the
being
panel.
here.
Yeah,
I think it would be the opposite. Be
I
excited
know.
to get rid of
May
me.
make you die.
I'm
I'm just,
Prashant and
Tell Grandma,
Nalamara.
I'm just so excited to be on this channel with you guys. So,
tell Grandma.
Speaking,
I just want to say the tattoo comment about your pets is hilarious because I get that joke. I get that. And you did a great job with Mitch on Sunday. I loved it.
yeah, it was very enjoyable.
I have no
speaking,
tattoos either. Yeah,
speaking
go
of
ahead, Rick.
comments, I got a question for you. Since you went to the meetup, did anybody mention the big quack?
No,
That's what I figured.
well,
Not
not
really.
in that kind of
We might have
content.
we might have talked about it. We might have talked about you. Did we mention? I don't know. No,
No,
no.
because I'm the one that everybody wants to forget because they're like, I don't want to be on carnivore too long because I may end up like Rick, a total quack.
Listen, you definitely might be a reason that someone might use as evidence that it's not sustainable. You definitely. Do you want to be answering calls from an old telephone? Do carnivore for 40 years. There you go. Do you want to be using a computer with Windows 95? You don't have Windows 95, right? XP?
I do have one that has Windows 95 in it, but it hasn't been turned on in years.
Okay, so it's done.
But I do have one that I use with Windows 2000.
The server.
Yes.
Yeah. I know. I tried to get Thomas to buy a Mac, but he said no. He bought a Windows computer instead.
I got a Mac from the dump. I use it once in a while.
The next computer will be a Mac, I promise.
All right. Why don't you put
Which
the link back
I
in?
probably will get another computer someday. I'm not going to wait 20 years this time to get another computer. So.
Oh, you did put it back in the chat. The link.
Someone's emptying the garbage cans. Okay.
I'm just joking. I love Rick. You know that. Come on.
Of course.
You can't not love Rick. He's here to stay.
Rick is Rick. Rick's the duck and Milton's the cat. Yeah.
Until I have the heart attack.
That's why I know it, because you haven't had the heart attack yet, and
I can't see.
Oh,
Oh.
it went off, but you saw the blood
Oh,
pressure.
okay. Before, yeah.
That's heart attack blood pressure right there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like this time for your lives, Thomas, because it distracts me from eating, and I get a few more hours left of fasting
Mhm.
before I have
Speaking
my.
of
Yeah.
speaking of eating, I need to go eat lunch, so I will see you guys at the next live. Okay?
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna drop
right.
off as well. Lexi, I'll see you later. I guess.
Bye. I'll probably see you at another.
Or
I'll probably.
today.
Dante's in like
Dante's today.
10 minutes.
Oh,
Dante's
it's at
in like
1?
10 minutes. Yeah, I think.
Oh, all right. So I gotta eat. All right. All right. All right,
I'm
Tom.
gonna eat and then join Dante's.
Yeah, I'm
All
going
right,
to actually
so that's
end the live now, so that way
Well,
we can
it
all.
could be the Thomas and Rick show. Bye.
Bye.
How do I get out of here?
You're trapped there, Lexi.
Uh-oh. In the background. That's it.
Bye. So, how you doing, Rick?
Oh, pretty good. You know me, always just trying to get stuff done. I'm taking the day off. Nobody's called me for work, so I need to take
That's
something
good.
back to Harbor Freight. So I'll be on my bicycle. I'll do another ride and talk. I know
I hope it's not too big of an item to take on your bike.
it's just a heat gun. So
Oh, okay.
it's one of those, that they go bad all the time. But I'll just take it in, get a refund, get another one, whatever. And then I'll probably stop at Aldi because it's around the corner, get a couple of things from there. And then I'll come back home because there's a bunch of stuff online. There's Mitch in the morning. There's you. And then, it's just a bunch of lives on Monday.
Yeah.
That's why I picked Saturday morning for mine because there's really nobody else at that time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably like I said before earlier on, I might like lessen my lives a little bit because the everyday is I'm thinking maybe just not doing it every day.
Yeah.
But yeah. This Wednesday I'm doing the interview with Lexi, which
Right.
I'm excited about. And so I think I might not do the 11 a.m. on Wednesday. I might just do the 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And because I get home on Wednesday, I go into work on Tuesday 10 p.m. and get home around 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably will want to sleep a little bit.
There you go.
So
Yeah, usually I try to do it all on that morning, and then what I might do with mine, I might split it. So if I'm going to use one of these video, streamings or whatever, they limit your time. What I'll probably do is YouTube only in the morning. Then maybe around 9, 10 or whatever it is, switch to a streaming software like this for a little bit to see if anybody wants to come on video, and then maybe go back to YouTube. I'm thinking of breaking it up. That way it doesn't use up all the time, and I can still
it's good to kind of give a little bit of like variation,
Yeah. So I figure start at 8, maybe end at, I don't know, 10, 9, 10, or somewhere around there, and then switch over to like a different stream, using the software, see if anybody wants to come on, and then see how that goes. I may try that. I don't have to run marathons. I ran up to 8-hour lives. It's not necessary.
Yeah. I mean, what would hurt to try it out, see.
Exactly. And then I've also been thinking of switching scenes. I'll start here in the bedroom, then I'll move to the living room, for the interview. I may even wear a suit, so I'll look like Phil Donahue or Merv Griffin or one of those guys. I
Right.
just hope it doesn't degrade into Jerry Springer or Morton Downey Jr. Zip it, that kind of thing.
That's fine. We got Milton there, so I'm sure you know.
Well, yeah, we got Milton too. And if
Yeah.
I'm in the living room, when I sit on the couch, Milton likes to sit on the back of the cushion. So he'll be usually on this side, sitting next to me. And then it'll be like that guy, Louis Rossman, that always does those tech, like, talks or whatever. And he has his cat, Blackberry, which is a black cat. It's always causing trouble around him. I think that's part of his bit there. So I think my little monster is he's going to be a good sidekick, I think. Because in the morning, that's when he tears things up. At this time, see how he's calm? Look at him. He's just sleeping. It's like, look at Milton. Oh, where is Milton?
Sleeping like an innocent angel, right?
See, right now, he's fine.
So,
But in the morning, he's an attack cat. He'll rip the wires right out of the computer and play with it. But after he's had his meat and he's all nice and full, he'll sit there. So he'll sit next to me on the couch, and then I can have my interview and talk to people like I'm talking to you.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, so hey Don, how you doing? I met Don over in Boston, so it was good. It's nice seeing you again. Nice guy, really nice guy.
I've never been to any meetup in my entire life for
Yeah.
carnivore. I wonder, is it like one of those silly motivational things where they try to sell you something, or is it just everybody gets outside and talks?
Well, I mean, there were people talking, like that would, like on stage and everything like that. You tell your story or whatever. I mean, like if it was a doctor, obviously they tell like of a certain thing that they are a doctor for, or specialists or anything like that. And if you're somebody with a story, then you tell your story,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they had a couple of vendors, but not really too much sales. I mean, the only sales really was they had the shirts and hats,
Mm-hmm.
and one guy was selling. They were selling the iodine from Earth Harmony,
Okay.
and but they didn't actually sell anything. Like I went up to them because I was going to find the information for the iodine,
Mm-hmm.
and they ended up actually giving me a free bottle.
Well, that's
So
good.
I got a full bottle of it because they're like, oh, today we're just feeling things out. We're not really selling anything, so they just gave it to me. Yeah.
That's a great way to market a product because if you can afford to give it away for free and then the person likes it, they're more likely to buy it. So that's
Yeah.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
And I know Kerry loves to sell his shirts and hats and all that stuff. So that's, I guess people like it.
Yeah, I mean, I probably did not spend as much money as I thought I was going to spend.
That's good.
So I ended up with the money I had left over. I ended up just getting a computer at Walmart because this computer is totally.
Did they charge you to go to the event or did they cover it for you?
Who?
The event, whoever was doing the event?
Well, no, I had to pay a ticket. Yeah.
You had to pay a ticket? Okay.
But I just got the standard ticket. I didn't get the VIP ticket.
What's the difference?
You'd have to ask Lois that question.
Oh.
Basically, Lois's wife actually generously got him the VIP. So,
Oh, okay.
probably you sit up front. You have your own seat. You probably get a few gifts. Like a grab bag type thing.
Oh, okay. I mean, I thought maybe if it was my event, they'd give you a bag with an iguana in it or a duck or something.
Well, if it was your event, they probably would. Yeah.
You're a VIP.
Or a duck caller.
The next thing you know, they bring you a cage. Like, what's that? That's your choice of a duck or iguana. Which one do you want?
Yeah. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed myself a lot, but it's one, like, it's neat to meet, like, anybody. It's neat to meet people in person. The videos are one thing, but
Yeah.
actually be able to say hello in person, and that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. And then you can see if they're short or tall or how they act. I'm sure that when I go to an event and people look at me and they'll be like, it'll be like when the ice van drives up to the farm and everybody disappears. It's like, what happened? Oh, it's ice. Oh, everybody's gone. I was doing a job not that long ago on a piece of equipment, and here comes some, I don't know, I don't think it was ICE. I think it was just Homeland Security, and everybody took off. Like, where'd everybody go? I don't know. They think it's ICE. Like, uh-oh. So you go to one of these events, and then you see Rick. You look and you see this tall head moving through the crowd. It's like, uh-oh, choom, and they all disappear. It's like, what was it on the Looney Tunes, that character? I think it might have been Yosemite Sam when he goes into the saloon and then everybody takes off, because they're all afraid of Yosemite Sam. And then Bugs Bunny is sitting there, with that hat on and, just keeps sitting there. And then he doesn't leave because he's not afraid of him. But I think that's kind of funny. That'll be you and a couple other people that'll sit there and like, oh, it's Rick. Okay. Everybody else gone.
Yeah, I was a little taken back by some things, like good taken back, but I was still a little taken back. Like seems like a lot of people knew who I was, and I was a little shocked by that.
Well, that's no shock.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you?
For
Didn't
me,
I
it
tell you?
is.
But didn't I tell you what happened?
Yeah,
I
you
told
did.
you.
You did. You did.
You're the up and coming carnivore celebrity, and pretty soon, all the popular people are going to interview you on their channels. So you're going to go from one to the other, just like I did. Now, depending on what kind of person you are, if you're nice and you don't raise any waves, you don't cause any problems, then you'll be a regular. But if you're critical like me and analytical and difficult, they might go, well, let's just kind of, we'll push him over there and we won't talk about him anymore. Don't make him mad, but we'll just kind of stay on our side and he stays
go in the background there.
There you go. But I think in your case, you're going to be a popular a lot longer. That's what I think. Because you have a story. You've lost part of your feet, You have all these other issues. You still have some, you still have trouble keeping the blood sugar under control. But at least you're not one of those people that's going to bounce on and off the wagon. Well, I was doing good and I fell off the wagon. And, I got these carbs and I got addicted again. It's up and down, up and down. With you, it's just kind of stable. You're like Bill Knott in a way. Not as bad as he was off, but it's kind of the same type of personality. So you're going to be really well liked. I know it.
It's cool. Yeah, it says here, Danny knew me and Lewis right away.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody's
and I had the pleasure of sitting with Danny for about half the people on stage and stuff like that. So it was cool.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. There goes a mail truck. It drives by. I hardly get any mail anymore.
I could have done. I wish I was able to do better though than what I did. I had some troubles yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
but
not troubles with food, I hope.
No, walking.
Oh well, look, that's to be understood. You have issues to deal with. I mean, it's like when Mitch had a stroke. He's not going to get up and go running around. He's got to take time to get better. And for you, it could take years, and you may never be what you were before you had all these problems. But at least you're not getting worse. That's the main thing.
No. It's only going to go on up from here. It's going to keep on getting better.
Exactly. Now, of course, we all get old and we all fall apart given time, but at least at this rate, it's not going to be as fast as it would have been, because if you be diabetic and where you were going before, you may not have lasted another 10 years.
Actually, I did. I was looking at Google before I even started this carnivore diet, and not for the diabetes, but for the neuropathy. And I did statistics on Google it, and it's like, obviously you're not going to fully listen to Dr. Google, but I asked, like, what is because people kept on telling, like, my family and stuff like that kept on saying things like I couldn't get up off the floor. So my brother-in-law actually said something that kind of got to me, admittingly. He said that, if you can't get off the floor, that means you're pretty much dead.
Pretty much.
And it kind of scared me, not even kind of, it did scare me. And it scared me enough to look it up. And I was like, okay. So I said, I didn't really ask about diabetes because I knew diabetes does what it does, But I asked about neuropathy. Like, what is the average lifespan of once you find out you have neuropathy? and and pretty much a lifespan is most people once they find out neuropathy, it's like a 6-year lifespan.
There you
Like
go.
that's usually the average of how like when it becomes so bad that you get your toes cut off. That's usually you know probably not in the beginning of having it, but when he gets to that point to where the toes come off and everything like that, it's so that scared me, and that's probably why I sort of went on and off line. Like at first it was on and off line diet because you still have that back and forth, back and forth, back and
Mm-hmm.
forth, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, but each time every time I go off, thing is that no one ever sees is, well, I get back on again.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I get back on again, I'd be on longer because it would be even stronger of
Mm-hmm.
an indication. And
Right.
now it's like super strong,
Mm-hmm.
and all
And
that.
eventually you'll get to the point where you don't want to be off of it. You'll be like me.
Yeah.
You see the meat, the eggs, some dairy, whatever you can tolerate as the good food, and everything else is like secondary.
Right.
The locally grown fruit, whatever I can find in the yard, that's like survival food. And everything else is garbage. It's
Yeah.
either bird food or trash. Anything that comes in a bag, a box, or anything that has more than one ingredient on it is not acceptable. That's the way that you start to think. That's the way that I think. I just I can't imagine people settling for cheap crap, but they do it all the time.
They do. You're absolutely right.
And as Mitch and a lot of people say, they get addicted, and it's very hard for me to understand because I've never been addicted to anything. Well, I mean, I guess bacon. Well, I'm not really addicted to it. I've gone without it. I don't get withdrawals, but there's just certain things that people can't seem to give up. And I've known many people who are diabetic, and most of them did not change their diet. They relied on the insulin. They relied on the doctor, and they
Right.
kept
And how
eating
are
the
they
crap.
now?
Right. Dead. They're all dead.
Oh, that's even, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously death isn't the only extremity, but yeah.
But
I mean,
see, the problem
it's the
is,
last extremity.
if they die younger, they're lucky, because when they get older, they start losing parts, and then a lot of them, they get wounds that don't heal. They get like something on their leg or foot, and they have to keep wrapping this thing. Then they have a lot of edema or swelling. They get skin issues. Then they start to become mentally off. They get dementia or whatever else they're getting. And it's really sad because you have an individual that could have lived their life with a good mind and strong, and they just destroyed their life by eating crap and then listening to the medical advice and not thinking for themselves. And that's the problem, that it just drives me nuts. This is like my own parents. Thankfully, they weren't that bad, but still, my dad had to suffer needlessly. And until I came across the carnivore community about a few years ago, I had no idea that my heart attack diet, the deadliest diet in the world, was actually a good diet to heal people. And then you and other people that I've been able to talk to, I can see what it's done. But the thing is, my parents are already dead. Of course, they probably would have been dead now anyway. They would have been 95 by now. But then again, I think they could have lived this long.
You never know. Yeah.
You never know. And it wasn't even the fact, if you die at 80 or 90, okay, fine. But the 10, 15 years before that, the constant struggle, then you have to have your son take care of you. Then you
Yeah.
have to go to the doctor. I mean, it's just all this unnecessary suffering. It drove me crazy, and it just motivated me. It's like, Rick, you got to tell people about this. So when I had my first chance to get an interview in 2022, I took it, and it hit off faster and more people than I ever thought I would get. And from then on, here I am. I keep popping up everywhere, even though some people don't like me. Some people obviously want me to be gone. And it's not just the vegans, because you'd expect the vegans, they look at me like, Rick, I want to get rid of that Rick because he's a threat to animals everywhere. His neighborhood has been wiped out of iguanas, invasive iguanas and ducks, because of his carnivore diet. But yeah, and the thing is, it's like, yesterday I was starting to catch some kind of flu. Everybody I know is getting sick. My stomach felt funny. I was feeling tired, and I had a bad headache. And I started sneezing like crazy at the afternoon. When I went to bed, it didn't feel 100%. I woke up this morning, guess what? Back to normal. So, and I remember when I was a kid, I actually had a dream when I was a kid and I got sick, how how much suffering needlessly, the sore throat, the sniffling, the coughing, the aches and pains. And now it turns into a 3-day max. That's what it is. Sometimes just one day. And I think it's because of the carnivore diet. I mean, I'm 57 now and I'm healthier than when I was 10 years old. So I don't know what that's all about, but I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we have this community.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty immense,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm testing my blood pressure again just to see.
Hopefully I didn't raise it because I have that
I
effect on.
don't think you raised in the first place. No, when I meant when I said when you did your test, it made me want to do mine.
Right.
So it went down a little bit.
Okay.
At
It's
least it's
going
not in the
down.
red anymore. Yeah. So I mean, my blood. I don't really take any medication for my blood pressure.
Mhm.
I was, but so. I mean, you saw that one day it was like 71/50 or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
think
have my highs and lows.
exactly. I think my blood pressure is unnecessarily low, but I've learned to live with it. And I think probably it puts less strain on my blood vessels because it doesn't get high very often.
Right.
So I may never get that heart attack I'm looking for.
So yeah. Gen X and millennials are going to see the results. Yeah.
I hope so.
As long as they are willing to go into it.
That's true. Oh, there's too many of them that I know that are lazy and sick all the time. In fact, it's really weird. You see a lot of these guys, they're wearing long sleeve hoodie shirts in Florida weather. They walk out of the house to their car. I'm looking at them like, you gotta be kidding me. In this heat? No, 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 no. But I guess, and they're all fat. And I guess they don't really seem to care much about their appearance. They're just surviving. They probably spend their day at home on the computer or on their phone with a device. And the only time they go outside is to go from the house to the car. You go to work, go to the store, whatever, that's it. You don't see them outside walking around, riding a bike or anything like that. Nope. It's just in and out. I got neighbors here, I don't even know what they look like because I can never see them. They got this clothing that covers them up, and they might as well be in the desert out there in the Sahara because you don't know who it is.
Yeah, that's true. It's absolutely true. So, all right. Well,
All right,
I think I'm going to actually end the live today.
shut it
And
down and keep
Yep.
up with your life.
Yep. And I will probably have one again tomorrow. But like I said, I'm going to probably lessen them a little bit. Actually, what
Sure,
I'm thinking of doing is if this thing works, and since I can bring people on, the only thing I have a problem with is allowing people to do this on their own channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I'm having a little trouble with.
Yeah.
With this particular platform, but I think I do like it better. And the
Mhm.
fact I can do unlimited, I think that would allow me to be able to do at least once a week
Right.
and just do the interviews once a week.
That's it.
And even though I like this premise and everything like that, it's just hard to keep up. Maybe do it twice a week, like one day of us doing like what we're doing right now, and then the other one would be the interview.
That's it.
So,
Try it out and see. You'll find the
yeah.
right rhythm. You
Yeah.
always do.
So, I mean, the only hard part is, because I don't want to disappoint anybody. So I I need to come on. But
Yeah. You're not.
I can't be doing that every time.
No, you're not
Yeah.
disappointing anybody. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Well, you never know, It's just,
The only way you'll disappoint me is if you go back to the duck food and then you start having body parts removed again. That would be disappointing to me.
yeah, that
But
would
I
be
don't see that
disappointing to me too. Yeah. I mean, if they're going to remove any more body parts, then just remove my head and just put me on Futurama and just the head,
There you go.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think you're going to do that. I don't think you're going to be one of those that slips on the duck poop and falls back into the duck food and waddles and quacks.
I definitely don't think I am because it takes, like I can control myself. Like I went, like Lewis, we all went into a bakery yesterday, and I didn't really like. He was like, "Oh, this looks good." No, don't want it.
That's it.
So I mean, the only thing I was thinking about getting, but I just never did, was oh god, was coffee. That's the only thing I was really.
Coffee isn't the end of the world.
No, which is kind of weird. How like you're in a cake shop, and the thing that's fascinating you is the coffee.
There you go.
So, but,
It's because you're getting the carnivore mindset. You know,
Yep.
the cake shop, I look at that, all I think of is ducks,
Yeah.
believe it or not. There's a bakery around here. It's actually called Ricky Bakery, like Rick. And they
Okay.
have like a cartoon character of a baker who's got a nice physique. And I laugh because I had never seen a baker that looks like that. The only baker that I've ever seen with a nice physique is Dr. Sean Baker, and you'll never find him in a bakery.
No, no, no. And I like that video that he did of the sugar diet, like how he was whatchamacallit, how he kind of like did butter instead. That
Yep.
did like the, you know.
Well, the sugar diet should fizzle out in a few months. That's
Yeah.
just going to die out because it's like anything. It's a sugar high. It comes in fast and then it goes away. And I think,
Well, people will start realizing how it's not that good. You know how.
yeah,
Like, wait, there's no way that works. You know, like it
it doesn't.
may work for you muscle bound people, but it's not going to work for.
Well, if you got enough muscle to soak up all that sugar, I guess it'll work. But
Right.
if you're skinny, I mean, there's one guy out there, he calls it the skeleton diet. And you talk about skinny. He fell off his bicycle. He broke a bone and he's had an operation or whatever. I'm skinny. I crashed into a coconut tree riding on the sidewalk about, I guess, 10, 15 miles an hour. And I got up and I got mad. I actually picked up my bike and threw it because I was mad. So that's the difference between the sugar diet and the carnivore diet.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm going to actually just like Lewis, 'cause I just want to see if I can get my blood sugars down a little bit better. Like I'm doing really good with the insulin and stuff like that, but they're still kind of going like high numbers now.
How many
So-
years have you been working on diabetes to become diabetic?
Yeah, I know, almost
There you
30.
go.
Yeah,
So I would say take about 1/3 of that, and that would be how long it's going to take you to reset. That's
Yeah.
what I think.
yeah. So no, I'm gonna try the lion, but the thing is I can't do full lion. Like I think I still want to keep the butter in there.
Why not?
And do like do the bee lion.
Do a
And
panther
I'm-
diet. Forget the lion diet. Do a panther diet.
The panther diet.
The panther diet. Like
Is that from Milton, the black
Yeah.
cat?
Milton the Black Panther. Because everyone talks about lion diet. I was saying the cougar diet. I'm thinking, panther diet.
Right.
Don't be like
let,
the pink
let Milton be your inspiration.
That's right. He likes eggs. He likes dairy. Not everybody, the thing is, I don't drink milk. I tell everyone you should not drink milk. But fermented dairy, it has benefits for some people. For me, yogurt is it. I get a
Mhm.
lot out of yogurt. And I can tell you right now, I've tried to go without yogurt because it's supposed to make the sinuses better. No, worse. Much worse. When I went without yogurt, I started getting allergies. And
Oh, really?
yeah, the sinus thing did not improve.
Yeah.
So going without yogurt, also,
Mm.
I don't have the energy and strength that I normally do. So for me, yogurt is essential. Cheese I can do without. Cheese, that's not necessary. But definitely yogurt is essential for me.
Well, today, like I was going to do lion diet for just the month of July, and then today was going to be my last run, and Lois got me some really good pork belly.
Oh.
I put that into the air fryer, and I have some more pork belly.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to put back in the air fryer again and do it even crispier. Like I
Good
cut that
stuff.
into small pieces.
That's
And
great
the first
stuff.
time ever having pork belly, so
It's great
And-
stuff. Trust me.
Oh, it is. It's like carnivore popcorn.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Delicious.
and then I got myself when I went to ShopRite today and got myself a couple of chuck steaks.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have them.
Mm-hmm.
But I also got like just for my last day before Lion died, I got a thing of a small wedge of cheese,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna have like that you put with your steak, like blue cheese,
Yes.
and so I'm gonna do that, and then
Well, you're eating blue cheese? Nice.
yeah. And then,
That's a very-
actually, it's not blue cheese. It's another. It's like almost like blue cheese, but I
But
forget.
Those
Yeah.
type of cheeses are very hard fermented cheeses. I think those are the best.
Yes, and I just love the taste of them. Just
Because
you know.
there's not a lot of lactose when it's fermented that long, and it really goes well with meat. If you want to have,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I also have had
And
feta
a nice juicy steak. Oh god.
nice juicy steak. It's the perfect combination. It makes your mouth water. It's absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
You
Or a
know,
nice burger. Never mind. Never
on
mind.
a burger, that's another one. So what I hate is that stupid Kraft singles crap. That stuff is disgusting. It's
Yep.
nasty.
It's all
Ugh,
processed.
it's horrible. The taste of
It's
it, the smell of it is disgusting.
it's pretty much like all oil and powder or whatever, you know.
Emulsifiers
Yeah.
in it, and it gives me diarrhea. It's just not something I want to eat.
And then as for the coffee is the only thing that's going to because Ollie was nice enough to give me a nice thing of coffee when we were
Oh,
there, you know. So
oh, you
um,
met her?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, of course. If Kilt is there, you if it's his meetup, you know Ollie's going to be there. You
She's the
know.
one. There's two people that have offered to pay to go to one of the events, and she's one of them. She wanted to pay to get me to the last Dr. Kiltz event, and
Okay.
she asked me. I think it was in Dr. Kiltz's live. If I was going there, she would buy me a ticket. So, Alia is one of the good ones. I'm
No,
glad
Ollie's
that
a
I was.
sweetheart. She really is.
Yes, I'm glad that she's on the carnivore diet and she's not in the duck food diet. Also,
Can you hold on 1 second, Rick? Sorry.
Yeah. Milton, you're a sweetheart. Look at that.
Yes.
Milton.
My choice once it's done. All right.
Sorry about that, Rick.
No problem.
So somebody was buzzing at the door, and it was a UPS delivery,
Oh, good.
but not for me.
Oh, okay. So, but yeah. And then also, were the Carnivore Brothers there at the event?
No,
Okay. Because I think it's
Ashley
Ashley.
or Rhett weren't there. Neither one
I
of them.
think Ashley was the other one that offered to, pay for a ticket if I was going to go to the other event in Tampa. But,
Oh, okay.
those are the good ones.
Yeah.
No one else really that I know of has done that, but, I appreciate the offer. It's just that I can't really travel in the summer because I don't want to leave my house when the rainy season and come home to a flood.
Yeah.
And
Okay. I
but
see.
I'm going to try to hit the November event. That'll be after the rainy season, and that'll be good. I just have to get somebody to care for my little Milton. Yes, I do. I don't know if he could be with an automatic cat feeder for 3 days.
I don't know.
He'd be a
You're probably
very
better off you're better off having at least somebody look in on him.
yeah.
Maybe not.
Everybody I know is afraid of my house, though, so I'll have to figure out a way around that.
Yeah. You don't have anybody you know at all.
I know a lot of people, but most of the time they're either busy. Around that time of the year, they go to visit their family. I got a few friends, but
I mean, I guess you could do the other option of having them go to them, but
yeah,
Milton probably would be better off being at the house because he's huge.
yeah. Well, I might try to train him and see if he can go for like a day or so by himself. But
Yeah.
but he is very needy. He likes to see where I'm at. He follows me around everywhere I go. He's there. So I think I've got him pretty well trained to be my little buddy.
I think we can take this off the thing. Yeah, the one thing I'm noticing is like before I'm like looking at the chats, and all of a sudden it's like 42 comments. I'm like, holy God, like how am I gonna catch up to that? I mean, I'm grateful for it. Don't get me wrong, keep them coming, but it's like
I got more comments last Saturday than I've ever had, but somehow I managed to keep up to them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big enough to. Okay, so here's somebody new, Salsa Ribeiro.
Hmm.
Her, I it's he or she must be Spanish
Or Italian.
and into Batman.
There you go.
Um, I mean, if they, I mean, I'm guessing that is maybe it's saying I'm vegetarian.
I don't know. Looks like Italian, probably, or
Okay, but no, I mean the actual what they're saying
yeah,
is like maybe in Italian they're saying I'm vegetarian.
or maybe asking about vegetarian.
Well, the IR, that's what kind of confuses me. Like
Yeah.
IR, like
Vegetarian isn't the worst. I mean, it's better than standard American diet.
right.
Vegan is the worst. Vegetarians, they can live a long time. I know vegetarians that lived over 100. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, vegetarian. At least you're allowed to eat eggs and cheese.
That's right. And some of them eat fish. That's the funny thing.
Well, isn't that a pescatarian?
Technically, it's a pescatarian. But my dad used to eat fish, and he called himself at times vegetarian. I said, yeah, but you eat fish. I don't think they used the term pescatarian back then. But it's like Jack LaLanne. He always said he was vegetarian, but, I don't think he ate red meat, but he did eat other meats.
He did eat like chicken and fish, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that thinks you have to be 100% carnivore to be healthy. I don't believe that. I never have. I do it because I was trying to kill myself, and it kind of works for me. But again, I got no problem giving people vegetables and fruits that I grow. I'd
Right.
rather give it to them than throw it away.
Right. Wow.
Milton.
So, oh god,
Anyway,
yeah, such a long. All right, so
all right.
everybody, we go back onto our lives of real life, not
That's it.
in here. So, what was that ending that I was trying to do? Oaktown Girl. See, everybody
Over and
comes
out.
in like right when.
Yeah.
Thank you, Oaktown Girl, for coming in. Sorry, you missed us. um, live, love, heal, and for God's sakes, everybody eat meat.
Mm-hmm. Keep on quacking.